The Kansas State High School Activities Association is proud to honor the graduating class of 2020. We have been thinking of you for many years and hope for the next few minutes you understand the heartfelt sincerity of words offered in congratulations and encouragement to each member of this Kansas class of 2020. This is your time, and we are proud of you and humbled to provide this message. With that moniker, Class of 2020, you may be considered the preferred class of optometrists across this great country. But we know in our state, from Colby to Columbus and from Ark City to Hiawatha and every place in between, each of our graduating seniors have experienced a final semester of high school like no other in recent history. And while there are many takeaways from this year, it would be a significant understatement of the educators across the state, as none of us would prefer to repeat this semester for future generations of Kansas grads. As you take the next steps in your respective journeys, we certainly expect the best is yet to come as each of you rely upon the lessons learned through your schooling over the past 13 years. On behalf of the KSHSAA staff and our governing boards, I am pleased to bring this message to you. My name is Bill Faflick, and I currently serve as the Executive Director of the KSHSAA, and I am a proud Kansas high school graduate. During this season, you'll often run across timely quotes and seek to discern how they apply. And here are a couple for your consideration. While I agree with both, I understand the applicable sentiment of Will Rogers, who quips, "Don't let yesterday take up too much of today." While I understand, I prefer to place energy and effort into the words of Chuck Swindoll, who writes, "Life is 10% what happens to me and 90% of how I react to it." I am incredibly proud of you, graduates, who have taken what has been given to you and not by your choice have experienced some things unlike others, but have been resolute in succeeding this spring, remaining focused and resilient, overcoming the challenges of this public health crisis and an abrupt transition from normal to our current reality of virtual classes and meetings, the absence of school activities, and the unknown of how much longer this will last. Class of 2020, hear me loud and clear. We are proud of you. We are proud as while this virus may have altered your senior year, it has not defined who you are, what you represent, nor the opportunities that are before you. You have been stretched and grown as you have exercised learning from your teachers, coaches, directors, and sponsors while maintaining a resilient focus on those goals. We are sorry for the anguish you experienced without an opportunity to finish your season on the stages or courts, in the fields, on the diamonds, in the pools, or on the track, or even in the classroom. Yet we know you are uniquely prepared for what is next. This unique preparation includes dealing with adversity in a rapidly changing environment, demonstrating agility to transition from face-to-face instruction to virtual teaching and learning. Your experiences have provided real-world opportunities to grow in the power of communication, the use of technology, the importance of collaboration, how to develop patience, and how to implement great strategies for overcoming adversity. These are the same lessons many who have come before you have learned through life. And some of those heroes we have studied and may have derived inspiration. Maybe it's number 42, Jackie Robinson, who overcame great prejudice and significant odds to break the color barrier and play Major League Baseball. Or Nelson Mandela, who fought apartheid in South Africa and modeled a focus and resiliency from the pulpit or the prison cell. Or maybe our very own five-star General Dwight Eisenhower, the 34th President of the United States, who learned at your age as a Kansas high school student and graduate the power of commitment, service, and duty. Or another Kansas high school grad, Jim Ryan, who was not skilled enough as an athlete to make his junior high school team, but because of an incredible work ethic, went on to become the first high schooler to run the mile under 4 minutes, a world record holder, and one of the most famous Kansas athletes of all time. And then, with that very same tenacity, earned the right to serve as an elected official representing Kansas at home and in Washington, D.C. Just like you have been taught, these leaders did three simple things, again and again and again. They were willing to show up, to engage, and to produce. And that is your recipe for continued success. Show up. You need to show up every day and make the most of the opportunities. A wise old coach has taught, be where you are. Don't wish for different experiences, different teammates or colleagues. You must be present to win. Be there and be ready to engage. Engage, and when you engage, you must engage with the task at hand and embrace those little opportunities that will yield big growth over time. You must engage with those surrounding you. Even in isolation, we learned it's important to engage both vertically and horizontally, learning from others. As you make others better, they will make you better. We need to engage and hold each other accountable. You will not be perfect. Your teammates and bosses in life will not be perfect. They may let you down. But we need to understand it's about getting better, and sometimes we need to extend grace and then learn how to receive grace or forgiveness in return. Have the humility to pursue excellence as you do it the Kansas way, with a humble heart and no care for who gets the credit, recognizing when the team wins, so do you and many others. To produce. What is your goal? We want Kansans to achieve at the highest level, to pursue excellence. Mediocrity is not a word that belongs in your vocabulary. It is not an option for a Kansas graduate. Your best efforts provide for you and your team the best chance to be successful. Pursuit of your goals is a roadmap to improvement, just like you have learned in debate rounds, on the stage, or in the courts, or in the fields. If your performance is not expectations, you refocus and recommit. You have the agility to pivot and not just work harder, you have the tools to work smarter. If you get knocked down, get up again and again. So how will the class of 2020 add value? I suppose it comes down to whether you will be a cow or a buffalo. Certainly, two animals common in the Kansas landscape with many common characteristics. Yet, they respond very differently in a storm. Did you know? A cow will recognize the storm is coming and run from that storm, delaying the inevitable, creating unnecessary anxiety and prolonging their exposure to the threat of the advancing storm, till they run out of real estate and hide in a corner. In a contrary manner, when a buffalo senses a storm approaching, the buffalo will run directly at the storm, facing their problem head-on, confident in their ability to survive and coming out on the other side of the storm, while those cows are still running or hiding. When you face adversity, and it will come, how will you respond? Run from it? Huddle up in the corner of the fields while the storm unleashes its impact upon you? Or face it? Grab your herd mates and run through it, together, to the other side. To be a buffalo, you need to remember you have the opportunity to make choices, and you have learned how to make wise choices, to invest the time to assess outcome potentials. Now it is your time to make more and more decisions about your life, your community, our state, and beyond. It is your choice. Is it to isolate or engage? To be independent or collaborative? To remain status quo? To be innovative? To be satisfied or to dream? To wish for a solution or to work on things that matter, those things that will actually make a difference? We all know wishing is not a real strategy. So get ready to go to work on continued problem solving. While we celebrate the culmination of your graduation, we know this achievement may well be most remembered by the final semester, but it did begin in kindergarten for most of you back in the fall of 2007. While some of you may remember those glory years of schooling, either early primary or intermediate elementary years, the middle school, junior high or high school years, there are teachers, coaches, sponsors, and administrators who help prepare you not just for this graduation, but for those next opportunities in life. I hope you'll take a moment to reflect on those who have influenced your schooling and express your gratitude. Nothing motivates one of your former teachers like a personal note, a call, or even a Zoom contact to share how they have helped you through a particular phase of your education. And while you're in the thankful mode, please don't forget to let your parents, your family, and those close to you know how much they are appreciated. Your words matter. They need to be spoken or written as you communicate to those closest to you and those supporting you along your life journey. As you graduate, we are confident that you will achieve success in your post-secondary endeavors as you employ the life lessons learned through your high school activity participation. Those characteristics of resiliency, focus, and teamwork provide the very foundation for many more accomplishments in your life and they will help all of us navigate well beyond the next phases of this current health crisis. We are counting on you to bring it and to continue to make us proud with your unlimited work ethic and your uncompromising integrity. From each of us involved in the Kansas Interscholastic Activity Program, the teachers, coaches, directors, the board of directors, the executive board, and each and every member of our staff in Topeka, Team KSHSAA extends our sincere respect, admiration, and congratulations as we welcome you to the fraternity of Kansas high school graduates. The class of 2020 has grown each day and every year of your educational journey, and we know you are poised for success in your next endeavors. The universities, colleges, and all post-secondary institutions, along with the workforce and military services, are fortunate to have you join their forces, and they know you are ready for great success. This is your time. Blessings in abundance, stay safe and healthy, and represent our great state by embodying the lessons learned these past years.